Welcome back to the Good For You Awards, where I parallel the People's Choice Awards and I also give awards to shit things. Today we're getting back into that good old-fashioned YouTube drama by determining the worst gaming YouTuber of the year. Got my work set out for me today. Narrowing down the nominees was not easy because I've been upfront about the fact that I find the vast majority of YouTube content to be really terrible. Sorry if this shocks you, but I find written, acted, shot or animated and produced content better than some unprepared goober sitting in front of a webcam spouting their irrelevant, ill-informed opinion with a million jump cuts. That isn't to say there aren't gems on this website. To the contrary, I'm subscribed to a lot of really good YouTubers that I highly recommend and who create very good content, but for every one good channel, there are at least 100 terrible ones. But in order to excel and be among the very worst, an individual has to really stand out as a failure. They not only need to fail in the more objective aspects, such as delivery, editing, writing, and entertainment value, but to be wrong. So goddamn wrong. With great consistency to land in my crosshairs. For this award, I'm extending the number of nominees from 3 to 4 awful channels. The nominees for the worst gaming YouTuber of 2015 are DSP. This guy is notorious within the wider gaming community in spite of his diminishing views. You probably heard of the guy at one stage, and I doubt it was positive. DSP not only produces god-awful Let's Plays or content with commentary that amounts to I'm not good at the game so this mechanic is bugged and cheap, but his attitude is toxic, and it shows in his continued march towards irrelevancy. From blaming his fans, from choosing not to watch some of the dozens of videos he uploads daily, like videos of him eating fucking food, as if it's their obligation to waste their time watching his garbage, to the e-begging and irresponsible spending habits, DSP is the definition of an irresponsible man-child, and someone we should all aspire to be the opposite of. Iron Wolf. I doubt you're surprised by this nomination. Iron Wolf is an idiot who is convinced that the things he says are facts when they're not. It's not bad enough that Iron Wolf is a terrible speaker, sounding like he's recently had a traumatic head injury, while blaring unbearably mundane beats in his videos, but he's wrong all the goddamn time. From making false claims about the power of a $400 video game console, surpassing that of $4,000 of dedicated GPU hardware, to lying about exclusives, there's not a single thing Iron Wolf has said that I could agree with. He's also a coward of the highest order. The dude refuses to debate anybody, and has now gone so far as to delete his assholic, stupid videos to save face. He's a blatant hypocrite too, calling me and others weirdos and stalkers, which makes no sense when I can't even see the guy's tweets since he blocked me. Yet, when he tells people to fly to his physical location to discuss video games, that's fine and dandy, normal behavior in his fucked up delusional mind. Personal feuds aside, his content on its own is well worth putting Iron Wolf up as a prime contender. Feminist Frequency. This terrible YouTube channel represents everything I hate about SJW gaming content. You can't voice your opinions on a Feminist Frequency video because the comments and ratings are disabled due to misogynistic harassment. Guess I would explain why the ratings are disabled too. Oh yeah. It doesn't help that Anita Sarkeesian is completely witless and thoroughly boring as she spews the nonsense Macintosh writes. And just like the previous nominee, Feminist Frequency is never right. Ever. Her arguments can be flipped with absolute ease. Let me give you an example. She and other morons like Lacey Green like to parrot this subject-object dichotomy bullshit, where the idea being is that subjects act and objects are acted upon. Now by this logic, every person on Earth is an object. For example, the Earth's gravitational pull acts upon you. Therefore, the Earth is the subject and all living things on Earth are objects, right? When I go to the checkout and have the cashier load my stuff for me, I'm acting upon them. Therefore, all cloaks are objects, right? Exactly, it's stupid. I could be dangled upside down for 3 days while forced to watch a Jersey Shore marathon, and I could still debunk every point made. And we know Anita Sarkeesian is a gaming fraud. She literally said she didn't like games in 2010, yet pretends she plays games. I wonder if that has any correlation with a Kickstarter. Just like the frauds in the crumb side of YouTube, she is a flat-out liar. Crap gamer. The go-to Xbox retard channel, Crap Gamer has always produced low-quality, poorly constructed content. His delivery is unbearably mundane and unstructured, but what separates him from the rank and file is his obsession with the console war. Click on his channel and for pages, it's nothing but Xbox propaganda and anti-Sony BS. My big issue with the way Crap Gamer presents his unfounded points is that he always finds some sleazy way to hide behind a piss-weak defense when he spurts nonsense. It's always, this is just a rumor, which basically means I'm lying, and it's just my opinion, which means worthless. He's also very clearly making up arguments to counter because the real ones are evidently too difficult for him to debunk, evident in his refusal to debate. This dude blocked me when I had never even talked to him on Twitter before. He makes lazy, poorly produced content, and it's made worse by the fact that he speaks non-stop bullshit and clearly has psychological issues. This was probably the hardest choice I've made for the entire Good For You awards this year. Unlike some of the categories where there have been clear winners, this one was very close since all 4 channels make insufferable content created by genuine pricks, all of whom are cowards who refuse to talk or debate. But for the sheer vile attitude of one of these tools, I was able to make my choice. The worst gaming YouTuber of 2015 is Iron Wolf. Iron Wolf, unlike the other nominees who sometimes strike me as self-aware of their lies, seems to be truly genuine in his insane ramblings, but that was not the deciding factor. It's his attitude. It's him acting like a total dickhead, not just to me, but many of my fans who have shown him more respect than he deserved, only to receive shitty answers, slanderous insults, and blocks only for calling him out on his nonsensical ramblings. He's just like an SJW. You challenge his points, he'll name call you, accuse you of being a stalker, block you, and continue to talk trash. So good for you, Iron Wolf. Your content sucks and your attitude sucks. I know you're convinced that you owned me, but the ratings on my videos tell a different story. Looking forward to your inane response, you pillock.